We were invited to a 4th of July party. Of course, I made my deviled eggs, but I also like to give the hostess a handmade card, and I realized that I didn't have one in my stash, so I got to work. I couldn't believe it, but I didn't have a 4th of July card in my stash, so I got to work. This Post-it removable labeling tape is so handy. I don't know if they're still making it, but if they are, I'll make sure to link it in the description below. I think I purchased these little stars from Amazon a while ago, and I'm not sure if they're still making them, but they are so pretty. So here's where I ran into a little block. I was trying to figure out how I could adhere them without adhering them permanently, because I need to get them back off. They are beautiful, but they're not white, so they wouldn't have gone with my theme. So I came up with removable glue dots. The problem with these glue dots is that it's extremely difficult to pull them apart and have them stay flat. So they ended up turning into a glob, and I had to grab my scissors and try and see if I could cut the smallest little bit so I could adhere the stars. There's got to be another way, but at the moment, this worked. Let me tell you that this was a bear to do. I was trying to think of every way I could possibly think of to try and get this done. This is the most time-consuming part of the entire project. By the way, these stars are adorable in shaker cards or even just stuck onto a card. They're so pretty. I have a large assortment of these color box cat eye stamp pads in assorted colors that my sister-in-law gave me, and I've been trying to figure out a good way to use them. I think this was the perfect project for them. And by the way, I used midnight and ruby colors. I had to pounce the stamp pad because I didn't want it catching on those stars, and then I didn't want the stars tearing up the stamp pad either. I love this tape. It works so great. I mean, look at how crisp those lines are. And you can also cut it to make like snowbanks and all kinds of stuff. And it peels right up, so you don't have to worry about it tearing your paper. It's awesome. And this is where I got too confident and I stopped thinking. After all of that, I wanted to just cry. When I realized what I had done, I stopped myself, but then I had to make a choice. I had to decide whether I wanted to start all over or persevere. I chose to persevere and see if I could save my project. Now I assess the damage. I have this set of patriotic stamps that are by Tailored Expressions called Land That I Love, and I'm deciding which ones I want to use. Of course, the paint was still wet, so I had to clean off my stamps. I tell ya, it's just because I was rushing to get this done. Whenever I cut card bases, I always end up with these narrow pieces of paper that I keep just for these occasions. It's very good quality paper and expensive, so there's very little waste at my house. Okay, did you notice this? It was perfect until I got red ink on my finger and then decided to stamp all over my sentiment strip with red ink. The letter D didn't look quite right to me, so I added a little bit longer line. Having repaired the letter, now I needed to repair all the damage I did with that red ink. I'm using Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed-proof white paint, which is amazing to cover up mistakes and also to paint with, by the way. I love this stuff. It's a must in my craft room. And here it is, ready for Independence Day. I hope you all have a fantastic and safe 4th of July. Happy 250th birthday, America. I want to thank you so much for coming along with me on my different adventures, whether it be cooking, crafting, or thrifting. And I really appreciate it. I appreciate you so much. And I really love hearing from you. Finding out where you're watching from is so exciting for me. And sending in your comments, because I love reading them and I do respond to all of my comments. And I really appreciate you being a part of my community. So thank you. Thank you. Mwah.